All right, shalom. Shalom to the elect of Israel, whoever you might be out there. I'm going to start off as always by giving all praise, all honor, all glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah, Wadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who teach and who rule well, who taught us this truth through the power and spirit of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. And Lord willing, this lessons edifying to the elect out there, whoever you might be. Shalom to the 144,000. So as you can see, I got pulled up here a comment, all right, that was left on my comment board not too long ago, and it's from a woman, all right, who knows the truth. And as you can see, matter of fact, I'll just read it, all right, and we'll answer the question. She says, "What do I do when my husband is of the world, enjoying his drink and smoke, and not going without his vices? A complete narcissist, only about himself. Do I make moves to break away from his foolishness, non-protecting, non-providing, non-obedient ways? He's not accountable and not disciplined. So do I endure this uncomfortable and poor treatment, even though this house is divided?" And I quickly replied to her. I said, "Yes, you must stay with your husband." All right. And that's what, the scriptures say. All right. Just because you're having a rough time in the relationship does not mean you're just to separate yourself from your husband, man, and then go get with another man. You're going to have problems in relationships no matter, what you do, because we're in this flesh. All right. And yeah, man, that's the mindset of, modern day relationships, man. When things get rough, they just separate, And when a woman does that, when a woman leaves her husband and goes to be with another man while he's still alive, all right, while that man is not, he's still, kicking, and you go get with another man, that's adultery. All right, that's what that is. The Lord ain't with that. You see, we got to get out of the Western mindset, man, that you've been taught here in America, Babylon the Great. Women, they they've been told that if he ain't treating you how you want to be treated, then you can just go get another man. Nah, that's madness. All right, that brings confusion, and it's not good for our nation. All right, a bunch of failed marriages, man. That's what you're gonna have. All right. Matter of fact, let's get the precepts out. Let's let the Bible speak. Hold on. So I want to bring this out. This is 1 Corinthians chapter 7. I'm gonna jump down to about verse 10. The Apostle Paul is going into how you should go about your marriage, right? So let's see. Verse 10, we'll start there. It says, "And unto the married I command, yet not I, but the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. All right. Let not the wife depart from her husband." All right. Let not the wife depart from her husband. There it is right there. All right. But what does it say right here, verse 11? And if she depart, let her remain unmarried or be reconciled to her husband, and let not the husband put away his wife. The Lord is not with divorce, man. When the Lord brings a man and a woman together, they supposed to be together for, until one of them, until the man dies or whatever, man. Till death do them part. All right. That's how the Lord designed it. That's how he designed marriage. But here in this society, they tell you can just get a divorce for the smallest things, man, or because you're not getting along with that person, you just go ahead and file for a divorce and then go be with somebody else. Nah, man, that's not how it's supposed to work. All right. Now you can take a break. All right. You guys can agree to take a break from each other or whatever, but you ain't supposed to go out there and deal with other men. Okay. And, you're not supposed to do that. A lot of times you see that happening in today's society. You see a man and a woman, they having a disagreement and they take a break from each other. But then, the woman is out here getting popped by like other men. Nah, man, that's you've defiled your marriage by then. All right. And you've committed adultery. You see? Now, let's see. Verse 12. But to the rest but to the rest speak I, not the Lord. If any brother hath a wife that believeth not, and she be pleased to dwell with him, let him not put her away. Okay? You see? So just because your spouse don't believe in the truth doesn't mean that's a grounds for divorce. Because guess what? You could rub off on that person over time, man, and you never know. The Lord might bring them into the truth. Okay? Verse 13. And the woman which hath an husband that believeth not, here it is right here, it's for you, right? And the woman which hath an husband that believeth not, and if he be pleased to dwell with her, let her not leave him. Do you see that? You ain't supposed to leave him just because he ain't the truth, or because, you guys are having disagreements. That's not a grounds for a divorce, man. Okay? Verse 14. For the unbelieving husband is sanctified by the wife, and the unbelieving wife is sanctified by the husband. You see that? Else were your children unclean, but now are they holy. But if the unbelieving depart, let him depart. A brother or a sister is not under bondage in such cases, but the Most High have called us to peace. All right? You see? For what knowest thou, O wife, whether thou shalt save thy husband? Or how knowest thou, O man, whether thou shalt save thy wife? All right? You see there? That's the point right there. That's the point I was trying to make. All right? Just because your spouse don't believe in the truth is not a grounds for divorce, man. Because you're going to cause yourself to commit adultery. All right? You got the book of Matthew, chapter 19. All right? I'm going to jump down. Okay, to the point, man. This is where the Pharisees were questioning Yahushua. And here's a question that they asked him. Verse 3, it says, the Pharisees also came unto him, tempting him, and saying unto him, is it lawful for a man to put away his wife for every cause? And he answered and said unto them, all right, this is the Lord speaking, have ye not read that he which made them at the beginning made them male and female, and said, for this cause shall a man leave father and mother, and shall cleave to his wife, and they twain shall be one flesh. All right? Because, the act of sex is actually marriage, man. That's what marriage really is, according to the Bible. All right? Not Esau's contracts, you go down to the courthouse and sign them papers to make it official in his system. All right? It's really pretty much just a binding document for him to pretty much ruin your life. But marriage is through the act of sex, just to put that out there. Now, once a man has sex with a woman, all right, ideally she should be a virgin, all right? But, that's not happening in this modern society, man, okay? But ideally, if a man, take unto himself a wife, they become one flesh through the act of sex, man, okay? That consummates the marriage. Now, verse 4, it says, and he answered and said unto, Salakia, verse 5, and for this cause shall I, I already read that, Salakia, bear with me. Verse 6, okay, wherefore they are no more twain, but one flesh. So they're not two, but one, all right? What therefore the Most High have joined together, let not man put asunder, all right? They say unto him, why did Moses then command to give a writing of divorcement to put her away? All right. And then Yahushua says this in verse 8. He saith unto them, Moses, because of the hardness of your hearts, suffered you to put away your wives. But from the beginning it was not so. And I say unto you, whosoever shall put away his wife, except it be for fornication, and shall marry another, committeth adultery. And whoso marrieth her, which is put away, doth commit adultery. You see that? Marriage is serious, man. You can't just be, breaking up because you're running into, certain disagreements and whatnot, man. You made that decision to be with that person, man. You got to own up to it. I'm just reading what the scriptures say, all right? This is what the Lord is saying himself right here, all right? And, man, you can't just put away your wife because she get on your damn nerves. You can't just do that, man. It says except it be for fornication, meaning, if you catch her, stepping out on you, dealing with another man, all right, then, yeah, you can put her away. You see, because she didn't commit adultery and defiled the marriage. But other than that, man, you can work that out. Easier said than done, of course. But that's where, prayer comes in. You're gonna have to pray to the Lord to help your situation. All right. If you sincere, the Lord will hear your prayer. All right. Think about that. So I got one more. We're going to close it on this, not a, complicated lesson, but a very important one. All right. 1 Corinthians 7, verse 39. The wife is bound by the law as long as her husband liveth. But if her husband be dead, she is at liberty to be married to whom she will, only in the Lord. All right. You see that? So you can leave you can't leave your husband, but if he dies or he becomes deceased, all right, and you're, of a marriageable age, you're able to remarry in that case because he's dead. All right. He's no longer here. All right. His spirit is up there with the Heavenly Father and Yahweh Shai. So the Lord permits a woman to remarry in that case. You see? But other than that, you're bound to that man as long as he's alive. All right. You can't just separate because y'all having, disagreements in your marriage, man. All right. So yeah, man, it's right here in the scriptures. Now, think of an example of that happening. Let me see. Okay, for example, King David. He married, one of his wives was Abigail. Okay, and Abigail was actually the wife of another man, a man named Nabal, if I'm not mistaken. And this man, Nabal, was a wicked dude that she was married to. All right, but the Lord ended up taking his life. The Lord ended up killing Nabal, and then, Abigail was married unto David after that. So there's an account. Matter of fact, let's get that really quick. Let me see where it is so you can read the account yourself. All right. So here's the account right here I was speaking of. This is in 1 Samuel chapter 25. And I'm going to start at verse 36. Now it says, and Abigail came to Nabal. All right, that's her husband. And behold, he held a feast in his house like the feast of a king. And Nabal's heart was merry within him. He was getting drunk and whatnot. For he was very drunken. Wherefore she told him nothing, less or more, until the morning light. Okay, and let's jump down so we can get the context. All right, because it goes into it right here. Verse 37. But it came to pass in the morning, when the wine was gone out of Nabal, and his wife had told him these things, that his heart died within him, and he became as a stone, meaning he checked out. He just died. The Lord took his spirit, man. And it came to pass about 10 days after that the Lord Yahweh, Bashem Yahweh Shai, smote Nabal that he died. You see? Because he was a wicked dude, man. He was a wicked nigga. All right, and the Lord took him out. All right, he was talking shit against King David, man. And David is the Lord's man, so that's why he don't mess with the prophets. All right, but anyway, so Nabal died, right? And when David heard that Nabal was dead, he said, blessed be the Lord Yahweh, Bashem Yahweh Shai, that have pleaded the cause of my reproach from the hand of Nabal, and hath kept his servant from evil. For the Lord Yahweh, Bashem Yahweh Shai, hath returned the wickedness of Nabal upon his own head. And David sent and communed with Abigail to take her to him to wife. You see that? That's the point right there at the end. All right, because Nabal died, it was legal for her to marry David. All right, so the Lord put her with a righteous man. And I'm not saying it's going to happen in your case. If your husband is just that wicked, the Lord could take him out, and then he pair you up with a man of the Lord, if that is your lot. But you don't sit there and hope for that to happen. Let the Lord play things out how it's supposed to be played out. All right. Everything happens for a reason. All right. Let's go back to that comment real quick, and we're going to get ready to close it. All right. So yeah, just to answer your question, through the scriptures, yeah, man, just because he drinks and smokes and, and does certain things, it's not a grounds to, leave your husband. Because like I said, or like we read, that you commit adultery if you do that. If you go and lay with another man while he's still alive, you commit adultery, man, in the eyes of the Lord. All right. You see, because women are not supposed to be jumping from rod to rod, man. A woman's supposed to be with one man her whole life. Ideally, that's the ideal situation. All right. But anyway, yeah, just wanted to answer your question, through the scriptures. Lord willing, this was edifying, to the elect out there, whoever you might be, or just now learning, This is how the Lord has things set up, and we got to get back to his ways, man. and leave the ways that we were taught here in America, Babylon the Great, which causes nothing but confusion and chaos. All right. The Lord's way is the best way. All right. And we got to get in line with that, man. And everything will be better if we all just were obedient to the Lord's way, man. All right. So I'm going to end it right there. Just a quick lesson. Hopefully this was edifying. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakak Wadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who teach and who rule well, who taught us this truth through the power and spirit of Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai. Equam Yasharala in the Bible Ball. Shalom.